this is Delonica L. McDonald, aka the Boss Lady with AFTV5, and I am sitting here next to Mr. Gabriel Nila. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, please look into our cameras and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay.
And let them know why you're here today.
Excellent. Well, my name is Gabriel Nila. First and foremost, I am a teacher. I work at Del Valley Independent School District, and I work with their Discipline Alternative Education Program campus, where we work with the at-risk kids as we are trying to break the school-to-prison pipeline. We want to reduce the recidivism rate of the students that are getting in trouble at their home campuses, and that way they can become successful young men and women.
I love it.
Second is I am running for Texas House of Representatives for District 46.
Amazing. So you are right there in the trenches and getting ready to really push to help in certain issues and concerns for the city.
Yes, ma'am.
I should say cities.
Yes.
Yes, not just one city.
Correct.
Yeah.
District 46 includes East Austin, or parts of East Austin from about 7th Street on up. It also deals with Manor and the southeast portion of Pflugerville.
Amazing. Take us back and tell us a little bit about why you have a passion just to get out there in the trenches and make sure that you're not just talking, but that you're putting action behind your words to help people.
Okay. Well, prior to me teaching, I was working with a company called Cardin Outreach, where we worked with hospitals to talk to uninsured patients who needed help, financial assistance with their hospital bills. We were able to assist individuals to qualify for Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, crime victims, several other county programs, as they were, as they were trying to get the medical assistance that they needed. During that time, I was also working with a friend of mine who has a show called the Trailer Park Show. And through the show, we were able to do outreach in East Austin, which included having an event where we were broadcasting a 3-hour program at Juneteenth, and also doing outreach in East Austin involving the pre-4th of July parade for veterans. So we were out there talking about values, talking about views, talking to people about what's important to them. And during a transition in life, we were doing an empowerment education summit for East Austin that helped out the parents who had students going into high school so that they can become prepared for House Bill 5, which is the basic school choice program. Where it allowed students to either take a path in college or take a path in a trade program, so that when they graduated college, they were job ready. During the process of us getting the program set up, we got to speak with the hosts of the event, and I got to meet with Dr. Sal Cavazos, who is the superintendent of East Austin College Prep. During our conversations, he asked if I was interested in educating.
Amazing.
And I had taught at a college level years ago. I was an EMS instructor. So we got to work with college students to help them prepare on providing first aid and a little bit more to adults that were sick.
That's good.
And the opportunity came up for me to teach, and so I took advantage of that opportunity. And now I'm a middle school science teacher and working with students that are at risk.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about one of the concerns for parents is bullying.
Yes.
How do we and how do you choose to make efforts to eliminate bullying or decrease it drastically?
Okay. For a representative, I guess, if you want to put it this way, from a district level, what we would want to do is identify the locations as to where we're having these concerns. Which schools are high in bullying, where we're having it, or which schools have some issues with students or people bullying others.
Yes.
And get with the schools and say, okay, this is what we're seeing. What can we do to help reduce that potential? And in doing so, what we want to do is create some type of awareness, create a program where the people that are being victimized do not feel victimized anymore and have a sense of empowerment,
Yes.
so that they can feel better and be able to say, this is what's happening. On the same side, we want to be able to look at those individuals that are doing the bullying and say, okay, what can we do to stop this or reduce it significantly, so that the perception is of a school or a location being a place where kids are bullying kids is reduced significantly.
Yes.
And that parents feel safe, that the kids are being taken care of, and that there's steps in place that will stop it.
Oh, that's good. I love it. Another question is, also you have a lot of, I heard Austin is like full of entrepreneurs. How would you boost that, and how would you encourage people in their own businesses and for people to come and support entrepreneurs?
Well, one of the programs that's out there, and this is kind of a unique situation, we have the city of Austin and several other cities that have a program for the underutilized businesses, the HUB program. We want to ensure that the city of Austin is working with those individuals so that they can create the pathways for the businesses to do better. And we want to look at what's not being done so that we can create those avenues so that these businesses can come in and be able to promote themselves and say, I can do the work. I may be small, but I can do the work. At the same time, we want to look at AISD. We have, actually, in fact, in December, there was a report that was done, and it was written in the newspaper, that AISD is not utilizing enough small businesses or the HUB programs. They were using about 25%. We've identified, and I've spoken to several people that are involved with the disparity program, that there are gaps in regards to how they can be helped. There's groups out there, or companies that are working with AISD, that are working on trying to find pathways to get certifications, to get certain licenses, but there's still other things financially that the businesses need. We found a way to fix that. However, in the past 10, 15 years, no one's done anything. The big significance about this whole thing is this. AISD is doing some work. They're working on that part. However, the Supreme Court in 1989 had a case against the city of Richmond that said 30%, using 30% of historically underutilized businesses or the HUB businesses is not enough. You need to do more. So when you look at December's report that said 25% is being used through AISD, it's not enough. I mean, Supreme Court says this, federal government says, or the federal judicial system says it's this, and we're down here. Why are we doing anything to pick this up? Now, to their credit, they are working on this now, 25 years later, but they're working on this now. And we are actually going to be offering our services as independent people who are looking at the situation from outside the box, and be able to say, okay, this is what we're seeing that's wrong. What can we do to fix it? Because obviously there's certain businesses that are in the trenches that may not be in the trenches enough.
Yeah.
But we want to be able to have a helicopter view and be able to say, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's wrong.
Absolutely.
What can we do to fix this?
Yes.
So we want to promote the small businesses, and at the state legislature level, we are going to be looking to see how we can do that part. Our main concern that we've been working on right now is the AISD concern that we're seeing, because it's in relation to, I will say this here, it's in relation to my competition, which is Ms. Dukes. And we want to be able to say, we have ideas that we want to be able to bring to the table and to help out. When it comes to the community level, we want to be able to promote them and be able to highlight the good work that they're doing, and show them to the small communities, and show them to the communities, show them to the district, and say, these people are doing some phenomenal work. What are we doing to help them out?
I love that. That's good, because I think you at that place you encourage entrepreneurs to get more into it and to expand and not to give up and not to quit, because that's a frustrating arena to be in.
And that's one of the concerns that we've been speaking to people in East Austin, that they are bringing up, that small businesses are not being utilized. With one of the pastors at St. James, he brought this portion up and he says, what are we doing to help them out? And I talked to him and I said, we got some ideas, and we'll sit down and talk to you a little bit more about what we can do to help out.
Oh, that's good. I love it. So I'm going to just go ahead before we go off air. I would love for you just to kind of touch on any subjects that you are working towards, that your campaign is working on, to help people to advance the cities in your district. And how can people come and support you?
Awesome. Well, there's 3 areas that we're looking at. We actually have a large range of areas that we want to promote. But 2, I'll give you 2 instead of 3. I'll give you 2 of the main areas that we're looking at trying to work in to try to help improve. One of them is education. Myself as an educator, we are working with the kids, in the trenches, as you're saying. We're working with them to try to find different ways to get them to learn and to become enthralled with the education system. And we want to look at different options to help out those children in case one area is good for them, or maybe it's not good for them. What other alternatives do we have? As I tell people, I'm a very big proponent of school choice, and I want to be able to let the children and let the parents of the children decide where we can send them, so that they can become better. Everybody learns differently. There's different avenues of where the kids can learn.
That's true.
So let's look at that area. The second part is what we just talked about earlier, is the empowerment. We want the communities to do better. We want the small businesses to do better. And we want to provide the pathway so that when they start their journey to become bigger and better, there's a path for them that their children and anybody else that's following them to go through without having to deal with any issues. The other part, and I'll share this one with you also. I was going to say 2, but I've got to say this. East Austin has been going through a major gentrification issue, south of 7th Street. We're seeing houses being torn down. We're seeing subsidized housing that's going on that's supposed to help out businesses, or help out not only, well, I don't want to say the businesses, it's the people that are renting, low-income housing, if you will. We found out that through our investigations at the state level, that this subsidized gentrification, if you will, was allowed by the state of Texas for Travis County to do what they're doing. Our goal, because I'm already seeing that our district is going to be next.
Wow.
We want to be able to stop it as much as possible. And if the city of Austin cannot help out, then I'm going to push, when I get elected, to do that. It's going to be a tough fight. But I want to be able to have the family members that are living in East Austin be able to say, I've had 4 generations live in this household. I want to be able to have them say, I had 5, and here comes number 6. Instead of saying, it's too expensive for me to live here, I have to move. I want them to be able to say, it's comfortable, I can live here, and do what we have to do to help keep our culture, keep our history of what East Austin is.
I love that. That's good. You have a slogan.
Yes.
It's time for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Unwrap that for our viewers.
Well, here's what we're looking at for what it's time for you, or in Spanish as we say, es tiempo para usted. We want to let you, the voters, we want to let you, the residents of District 46, to know that it's time for you to have a representative that will be working not only at the Capitol, but also working with you in the communities. It's time for you to have someone that will be able to say, how can we help? And it's time for you to have a representative that can sit down with you, have a cup of coffee, and have a small town hall meeting once a month, and be able to say, what are your concerns? What do you want to talk about, and what can we do to make things happen? Now, I do want to add one thing, if it's okay. You mentioned earlier about where they can find us.
Yes.
We have a couple of places where they can look at the information, plus where they can look at the new things that we're doing on social media. Our website is gabrielnila.com. It is our website where we post the issues. We have a blog that we do. We post on some of the major issues that are going on, and then we are going to be talking more about the places that we're going to.
Good.
We're also on Facebook. We love Facebook. If you go to Gabriel Nila for Texas House of Representative, District 46, you will see our logo plus the slogan, "It's time for you," and it's tiempo para usted. And you will see exactly every place that we are going to and where we are going to talk to people, where we are working with the community, and what we are trying to accomplish so that when we get to the Capitol, we can start saying, okay, we've gone here, let's go a little bit further and see what we can do to help out.
Oh, that's good. That is good. I love it. Well, I thank you for stopping by AFTV5 today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And letting our viewers know, what your mission is and your heart for our viewers. And I mean, people are saying you worldwide, but definitely for the Austin area. So thank you so much for stopping in.
Thank you very much for having me here.
We appreciate you, and thank you for never quitting. Thank you for never quitting, because I love, just your history and just your passion for our new generation, the next generation, they call it. Hey, this is Delonica L. McDonald with AFTV5. Thank you so much for watching our program today. Have a good one.